remember who he is while he's trying to define to you today that he is a conservative. He is not a conservative. One of the most important responsibilities of a U.S. Senator is to be that check and balance on the judiciary and the executive branch of government. Nobody else gets to do that except the U.S. Senate. They confirm executive appointments and judicial appointments. So what did Mike DeWine do when he was serving in the U.S. Senator? He was a member of the Gang of 14 that stopped 10 of President Bush's most conservative judges. He voted for Sonia Sotomayor. Do you know who that is? Yeah. Not somebody who has gone out of her way to protect our Second Amendment rights and to protect life for us. You know, she's voted the exact opposite, or not voted, but, you know, sides the other way every single chance she gets. He voted to confirm her when she was appointed to the bench by President Clinton. He also voted to affirm, you might recall the name, Eric Holder. When Eric Holder was appointed by President Clinton to become the Deputy Attorney General, Mike DeWine voted to confirm him as well. And this was during the time when you had even liberal Republicans, right? Even some of those that we believe to be very liberal Republicans voting against that, voting against those two appointments. All that time, Mike DeWine was siding more with the Democrats than he was with the Republicans. Mike DeWine cannot justify his liberal voting record, but today wants you to believe that he's a conservative. Come on in. You can sit down too, you guys, if you want.
Sure, I'm ready to sit down.
Reserved.
We're reserved for us.
They are reserved. Absolutely. So we do the truth and grace because it's important. You need to be reminded, I believe, in order to be an informed voter, you need to be reminded of who Mike DeWine is and what his voting record is. Now, some will say, well, you know, he was in D.C., and since he's come back to Ohio, he has reflected that he's much more conservative than when he was in D.C. But as your Attorney General, he sent out a mandate to all Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles that they must issue driver's license to illegal immigrants. That's while he's been back in Ohio serving as your Attorney General. So I wouldn't buy the fact that he, you know, some will say he's much more conservative today than he was while he was in the U.S. Senate. So I'm telling you this because I want you to know you have a clear choice in this race. Another one of President Reagan's very famous quotes, now is the time for choosing. Now, the establishment would want you to believe that you have no choice, but the fact of the matter is, on May 8th, you have a conservative choice in this race. Your conservative choice is Mary Taylor and my running mate, Nathan Estruth. But before we get to victory on May 8th, which we will, I have to beat the establishment, right? We've got to beat the establishment to get there. But what I also need is I need your help.